Today is April the 5th, 2014. My name is Tanya Finchum, along with Charles Abramson. We're with Oklahoma State University, and today we're in Oklahoma City to speak with Dean Stringer, particularly in regards to Phi Beta Kappa, but we'll learn a little bit more about him and other areas too. So thank you for having us today. Let's start with having you tell us when and where you were born.
Welcome to Oklahoma City.
Thank you.
I was born in 1936 in June. I was born in western Oklahoma, near the town of Sayre, which is the county seat of Beckham County. I lived in Beckham County nearly all my life, prior to college.
And what did your parents do for a living?
My father was a farmer, and my mother was a homemaker.
And what high school did you graduate from and when?
I graduated from Carter High School, which is in Beckham County, in 1954.
And what were your plans for your future at that point?
My plans at that point were to become a lawyer, and that's what I did.
And so take us through your education then.
Okay. After graduating from Carter High School, I enrolled at what was then Oklahoma A&M College at Stillwater as a freshman in 1954. I was in the College of Arts and Sciences. I wound up with a degree in political science. At the outset, I was I think it was called a pre-law curriculum because when I started college, I thought I'd probably go to college 3 years and then go to law school. But I went 4 years instead. At that time, many law schools admitted law students with 3 years of college credit, and if they completed the first year of law school satisfactorily, they could earn a baccalaureate degree. And the University of Oklahoma was in that category at the time. And when I started to college, I thought that's probably where I would go to law school.
And did you?
No, I didn't. I did not. I guess that's where we are. We're taught to finish the education path. I graduated in 1958 from what was by then Oklahoma State University, and I went we that ceremony was in August. I graduated in the August, the summer graduation ceremony, and when that fall began, I was into quite an interesting chapter. I was a first-year law student, a 1L, if you please, at Harvard Law School, and in 1961, I received an LLB from Harvard, and that completed my formal education.
And then from there, where?
From there, I returned to Oklahoma City and went to work as an associate with an Oklahoma City law firm that is now known as Crowe and Dunleavy, an outstanding law firm. I was pleased to have the opportunity there. I was pleased to have a job. There were times in college, and particularly in law school, I remember in law school, you reach a point there where what you've done for 17 or 18 years is go to school. And I had those nagging thoughts of, will I be able to do anything else? And fortunately, I was. And I got reassurance on that in a summer clerkship after the second year of law school, which I did with a law firm in Indianapolis. And I discovered that summer that I could do things other than go to school. Soon we tested that more fully, and I practiced law with the same firm for the Crowe and Dunleavy firm for nearly 40 years. And then one day there in 2000, I retired. That was a little bit of a surprise to me that I just decided to do that because for many years I had not really thought about retirement, and then I got started thinking about it, and it seemed more appealing, and I'm sure Carol was surprised by that decision too, but she reacted pretty well.
Did you completely retire, or was that about the time you got involved with the Board of Regents and that direction?
No, that was long after my Regent service, and yes, I did completely retire. That was a decision I made at the time. I didn't. I didn't think I'd be practicing. I didn't think I'd be happy practicing law anyway, except all out. And and so I retired completely and came home, and I didn't take enough council position or keep an office or anything. I just retired, and one of the things that permitted at the time was our first grandchild was nearing 2. Now there are 3 grandchildren, and I was determined not to miss any of that grandparenting, and I haven't.
Good.
Now that was one aspect of my retirement that Carol liked a lot.
Underline, is there a few things she didn't like, huh?
No, actually, actually that went over fine. We had no problems associated with it.
Okay, we'll switch gears a little bit, and our topic today is Phi Beta Kappa. How did you get involved with that endeavor to get a chapter at OSU?
Well, I guess there's I can give a pretty short version of that, or a longer version, and it won't be terribly lengthy, but since knowing about this interview, I have sort of reflected upon my association with Phi Beta Kappa, and I have vague memories of knowing that it was not available at OSU when I graduated, and I was a member of ODK, which is a scholastic honors fraternity, which I think is at all of the land grant institutions, or most of them at least. It was. It was there when I graduated, and probably still is. And I don't. All of that is a little bit vague. I had occasion to think about it somewhat more because of a conversation in law school. I was talking to a classmate, and we were talking about scholastic paths, and he said to me, he said, And of course, you were a member of Phi Beta Kappa. And I says, no, as a matter of fact, I was not and am not. And I gave him some sort of an explanation of because my understanding at the time was a little vague. But it was clear on one thing. There was not a Phi Beta Kappa chapter there, and that was more than he needed to know as to why I wasn't a member. So. So that and even after I returned to Oklahoma City to work, I became immediately involved in OSU activities. I think the first thing I did, in 1964, I've been back since 61. 64, I was the Oklahoma County chairman of the Oklahoma County Alumni Association, and soon I was on the Alumni Association board, and in that time frame, Merle Rogers was the executive director of the Alumni Association, and he could think of a lot of things that he thought I should do. Most of them were fun, and a few hopefully contributory. I still had. I was reminded from time to time that we did not have a Phi Beta Kappa chapter. There would just be conversation from time to time. It wasn't a burning issue or a frequent topic of conversation, but occasionally someone would lament about that, and most of the time I wouldn't say anything, but internally I would lament too. And all along this period of time in the 70s and 80s, I was very active on OSU activities. Then they were mostly centered on the Alumni Association, and then the foundation. I was dramatically involved then on earning a living and providing for a family, and practicing good law. Now, in 1986, I was appointed to the Board of Regents, and the thought crossed my mind as a regent, I might be able to do something positive on this Phi Beta Kappa thing. And so and that signals. I mean this would be where I guess I probably could start a shorter version of my involvement in Phi Beta Kappa, but from that time until the chapter was installed, I maintained an interest in that happening and had some involvement on my involvement was initiated, but by a letter I wrote on Regent's stationery to the then president of OSU, Lawrence L. Boger, Larry Boger, pointing out that OSU did not have a Phi Beta Kappa chapter, and I did some. I had conversations probably with a few people, but it wasn't too long after that before, as I recall, before there was an application in process. I don't know how quickly it was put together and submitted. But it and several other applications were unsuccessful, and when I was told about an unsuccess, about a rejection, I always respond with just one question: have we begun work on our next application? And I think there were several. In my regent days and after, I remember many encounters with presidents and chief academic officers, and they all seem to feel compelled to give me some report about Phi Beta Kappa. I thought that's good. You got to be known some way, and I wasn't terribly apologetic about being known as a booster of the library and Phi Beta Kappa. Those were sort of pet projects, and that probably gets to the stage of before we started, I was sort of cued to explain that at the celebration after the January 2013 ceremony when the chapter was officially commenced. There was a celebration afterward in which a sheet of paper which Marvin Keener had produced was torn up, and I've been queued up to give what was that all about, and what was that document? That document, what we tore up was a copy, but the document was a simple sheet of paper that said simply, Oklahoma State University does not have a Phi Beta Kappa chapter, and that document originated at my last meeting as a regent in 1994. I was going off the board. And it had occurred to me as a way to keep Phi Beta Kappa in the consciousness of the administration. I thought as long as I was a regent, I could take care of that personally. But when I was gone, I thought this might be a good idea, and I set it up for signature of the president and the provost, and we had an interim president at that time, by the name of Ray Bowen, who happily signed that, and seemed to think it was a good idea. Then it was be highly desirable if the university had a Phi Beta Kappa chapter, and Marvin signed it. He was a chief academic officer at the time, and provost, and the stipulation was that the document was to be retained by the chief academic officer until we had a chapter, and then the document could be destroyed. And Marvin took that seriously, and I know there was at least one application during his tenure. There may have been two, but I thought he took the pursuit of the Phi Beta Kappa chapter seriously, and then he had the privilege of tearing up that document at that celebration of the coming of the chapter. so that's the story on that. On the on the last successful, the last application which was successful, that was spearheaded well, I might add, by the then and current president of OSU, Burns Hargis, who keenly felt the need of a chapter and oversaw an outstanding application effort. One of the things I thought he did particularly in the he invoked what I refer to as the four P's, the publicly proclaimed presidential priority, and when things that go in that category, the things that the president puts in that category have improved odds of success, and it was clear to me, and I think it was pretty generally clear that President Hargis had that stamp on the Phi Beta Kappa chapter. And that did turn into a lengthier version than I intended, but when you focus on the summers that came and went while this was happening, I guess it is not too lengthy.
Over 20 years, if I've done the math correctly.
Over 20 years, yes. Yeah. But babies babies grew up and were eligible to vote.
Well, how did you receive the news that it had been approved?
By telephone call from the airport in Miami, Florida. Bob Gallman had told me he would call me from the airport, and he did. And the president got on the phone briefly, so I had an opportunity to talk to President Hargis also. He was happy about it.
And your reaction?
Happiness. I guess a mild glow and it's a signal development for the university.
Was that your main motivation for pushing forward with it?
Well, that's motivation enough, but I guess I guess my main motivation would be that first-rate universities have Phi Beta Kappa, and if they qualify curriculum-wise, and I want Oklahoma State University to be a first-rate university, and I always have. And a lot of progress has been made.
In a lot of areas, yes.
In a lot of areas, and this is and that this is a subsidiary reason, but without Phi Beta Kappa, the primary deprivation from its absence is felt by your very best students. I never liked that idea. And now that's cured.
Sure. Well, your involvement with the library through those years also helped with the Phi Beta Kappa application too, from what I can understand, the library improvements and through the years.
Well, I think that is true because in the evaluation process, they take a hard look at your library, but that would simply be an ancillary reason for for my support of the library all of the years. I was almost rigid on that as a regent. Some presidents would probably say, "Hey, you can strike almost," but my analysis of it was that you show me a great university without a great library, and I'll relax a little. And it and I I think I told the newspaper reporter who was interviewing me one time, and we've been talking about symbolism and what have you, and he was raising a question about importance of the libraries and what have you. And I said, I think there is some symbolism and some connection there, because I think you'll find, one will find that where the library matters, academic rigor will probably matter. And in any event, that was credo enough for me.
Well, what's your involvement with Phi Beta Kappa at this point?
I try to keep up with what's going on a little bit, and I've attended several functions. The first initiation of the first class, I found that thrilling. So I attended that, and then there's an event scheduled pretty soon, which I've got on the calendar. Other than that, I've created an endowment which benefits Phi Beta Kappa, a monetary endowment.
Have they made you an honorary member?
Yes. Yes.
That's what that was.
That's what that plaque is. Yeah.
I was curious. They should have. If they hadn't, they should have.
Yeah.
First one.
So if there had been one at OAMC or Oklahoma State University at your time, you would have been eligible to be a member? You think?
But I used to, I've had that conversation a time or two, that if we had had it, I've told people on the visiting committee that I thought I could have made it under my own power. Yeah.
Okay.
The major qualified, yeah.
A high GPA, math, foreign language?
Well, well, I had a high GPA.
There you go.
I didn't have very much in the way of foreign languages. I was concerned about that in law school. I wanted to take Latin all the time I was there, and it never worked out on the schedule. So I decided that even though it was a pretty expensive book, I decided the first week of law school there, I'd better buy a copy of Black's Law Dictionary. It has definition of a lot of Latin phrases. I didn't think it was real vital to my law school career, but in that library we'll find it somewhere. It seemed like a big expenditure at the time. I guess what one might say is that, well, it's not too late for you to take Latin. All right. And I think I would enjoy it. I've been given to understand it's just memory work squared, and I always liked that. That memory work.
Well, since you've accomplished that goal, what's your next one? Or is there one?
Well, not designated at least.
Okay.
I have jested I intend to find something. I think it probably would be prudent to assess the timeline and seek something a little more short term.
Not 20 years to do.
Yeah, 20 might stretch it now.
Do you have any questions for him, Charles?
What are your thoughts on why it took so long to get a Phi Beta Kappa chapter at OSU? It's been a long struggle. Some people thought that maybe because OSU is a land grant college, that might have something to do with it. Any thoughts on that?
Well, not really, because most of my thoughts on that would be speculating, and I don't particularly. I mean, I don't know for certain. And think I'll just skip the speculation.
Do you see one day where your grandchildren may go to OSU and become Phi Beta Kappa?
Well, I wouldn't object to that. But one thing that I think is pretty likely is all of them seem disposed toward OSU right now, and the one of the prospects that particularly appeals to me is that a grandchild might be in school there and with classmates studying at the Dean and Carol Stringer study room in the library, and the grandchild point to those pictures and say, "That's my granddad and my Grammy," and I like that. I like the way that sounds, in the thought of it, and and that's likely to happen. Okay. Let's see. You didn't have an assignment today. You were supposed to coach me and tell me the things I could do to do it better.
You did just fine. It's wonderful. I admire your how sharp your mind is. It's very, very good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, very sharp.
Well, if you don't have anything else to add, we'll close off.
Well, it's all right. Let's close off.
Well, we sure appreciate your effort and your stick-to-itness to get this done.
Well,
Thank you very much.
I'm pleased to have done it, and I'm really glad the way it's worked out.
We are too. Thank you.